It has been a minute and we have backlit frame. It's great. It is beautiful today. It has been horrible for about a month here weather-wise, and that is why I've not been able to film, because it was either the frozen tundra, ice, snow, or just pouring rain. And really, Sunday afternoon has been the first break in the weather that we have had in like a month. It is now like 65 degrees and beautiful. What was I doing yesterday? I had to run an errand yesterday. Today is really like day 2 of beautiful, beautiful weather for January. It does look like weather is gonna be mostly okay for the next 3 or 4 weeks, but guys, it was awful. I did try to put up some shorts because I could film those, and then just got crazy and I just didn't want to do them because it was just cold and wet and gross and soggy, and it's the same thing. But we've had how many snowstorms now? So we went back to school on the 2nd, which was a Tuesday. The kids came back Wednesday, and Thursday we were out that Friday. Then we were out the next Tuesday, then out the next Friday, all the way through the following Friday. So like we've had 7 snow days. And until last week, we went back on Tuesday, and we were there Tuesday through Friday. We did 4 days last week. We're probably gonna do 5 days this week, but this is like the longest we've been in school. But last week, it rained all 4 of the days. All 4 of the days. It was cold, like not freezing, but cold and rainy. So there's nothing to film. Now the weather is nice. Things are sort of dried out. I think they're all right here. Guys, it's not even 4 o'clock. And I just like emptied feed, new feed. I have to go get hay in the middle of the week this week. They're pounding the hay. It is late January. He's gonna wanna come out. I think you're gonna have to wait a bit, Duke. Everybody's good. Everybody got through pretty good. You okay? Where's Tinkerbell? Where is Tink? My hand is being bitten. Let's go find her. She's having a weird moment this morning, so I wanna make sure she's okay, and I haven't seen her. Oh, there she is. Tink! Her legs were hurting her, but I think they were just asleep. What are you doing? What you doing, Miss Ma'am? Huh? Hi. I know Grandma was here earlier. You guys are drinking some water. You are. Hi. Can you get up? Okay, we're gonna make her get up really quick. Come on, let's stand up. Let's stand up and see if Mom's gonna have to take you to the vet. Yeah, get up. So she was kind of limping on her front leg, which is what she's doing. So let's see. It looks fine. Just taking a nap. She's been doing this kind of weird thing where are you having mushy poop? Yes. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. You've been fine. What's wrong? Come here. Of course, now she's moving good now that she doesn't want me to catch her. I've been feeding her every morning. That may be her problem. I have not seen soft poop, but her butt is definitely dirty. She normally is never wormy, and they're eating hay, so there's like literally no reason for her to have worms. So I don't know that that's our problem. It's very sunny. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. Let Mama look at your eyeballs. Yeah, let's see. It's fine. We'll give her some wormer. We'll give you some wormer. And just make sure, like, they're not eating anything on the ground this time of year, so there's no real reason for her to have worms. Very weird time of year for there to be a parasite issue. It's cold, but it has been really, really wet to be part of our problem. Hi, what are you guys doing? Hi. I was just gonna walk out this way. Sorry, that was unexpected. That was not what the video is gonna be about today. She has, like, been doing this weird thing where her legs have fallen asleep. Like, she's been laying down in the mornings and I come in to wake her up, and when she gets up, she's like limping around and then she's fine. Very weird. Very, very weird. But she's only done that like twice. Like, I'm not saying that's like in the last 2.5 months she's done that twice. So it's not even like been happening a lot. But I will give her some wormer. I'm not seeing any soft poop though at all. So that makes me think either that's new, like as in new today, and they did eat food from the very bottom of the barrel this morning, and so it may be that feed just made them sick. She is kind kind of tender on that foot. I don't know. Kind of strange. But anyway, the weather has been terrible, so I've not filmed, and I'm really sorry. So it's been like a month, but it's just really pointless to be out here when it's rainy and gross this time of year because it's really cold. Cold is not a big deal, but wet and cold and having COVID, I didn't need to be out here making my respiratory system worse being in the barn with all the dust. Hi, babies. Hi, I know, Mom hasn't really been out very much because it's been so gross. Other than to make sure you guys are all okay. So today's goat of the day is Link. This is Link. This one. So that's me, Mom. Are you Link? Yes, you are. You sweet boy. So Link is a wether, which means he's a castrated male goat, or neutered, however you want to say it. He was the first wether that we ever kept, and we kept him to be a buddy for Bean. So I bought Bean, and I had 2 other bucks, and I decided I didn't want either of those bucks, so I sold them, and I kept Link, and Link was his companion goat. Now that I know a little bit more about bucks, probably would have never done that. Bean was in with a calf usually, and that probably would have been more than enough and better company for him than this little wether. But they did fine for about a year. Bean was a very juvenile buck. He was about a year old, barely a year old when I got him. And so he was fine for about a year with Link. Link is Zelda's baby. He's your only baby that we've ever kept because you basically always had boys until lately, until we were full, right? They are not bonded at all because he lived with Bean for almost a year before we got Luke. And then once we got Luke, he did not live with Luke for very long because, let's just say, it didn't go very well to have him in with the 2 bucks. They fought, they beat him up, they mounted him almost constantly till they made him sick. We didn't do that for very long because it was just not good for Link, was it, bud? That was not good, Mom. He was really sick, had diarrhea. I did worm him when I moved him pastures, but that was not the issue. He basically, after a week of not being in with them, was fine. It was just stress that had made him very sick. Yeah, it hadn't it, buddy? I also wonder if this one's just had too many cookies. Mom brought somebody over today, and it's obvious they all got cookies, and I wonder if she ate too many cookies and is now not feeling good. He was terrified of people when he first moved over to the girls' pen, and he moved over, say, at the old farm. He lived across the pasture with the boys, and then I moved him over with the girls, and he was not very people friendly. He was very no, I am terrified of you, no thank you, don't want to be around you at all. And so I basically made him friendly when he moved here. So you can see his horns are very weird, and that's because when he was disbudded, it didn't take, and he has scurs. It's very hard with boys' testosterone and horns. Luke has little tiny scurs, so does Bean, and they're much better. His are huge. And that's basically because the vet that I took them to, I wouldn't take them for dehorning anymore because they didn't have a lot of experience with Nigerians, and they were very afraid they were gonna injure him because he was so tiny. They were like, can you bring him back later? And it was no, because he's 2 weeks old. He's 3-4 weeks old at this point, which is way too long, especially for a male. And so it just didn't take. We've had to have his horns ground down 2 different times, and I knew that was coming, so I started basically locking him and Pixie up in a pen, feeding them breakfast and feeding them cookies every day for about 3 months. And then now you guys have seen him come to the milk room and stand at the Dutch door and beg for a cookie. And that's basically how I got him to be friendly. He loves to be pet now. He's a lot like his mom. He wants to be in your face. He wants snuggles. He'll come and just insert himself into whatever I'm doing because he wants a snuggle. He is probably the calmest of the wethers. He doesn't headbutt anyone, doesn't do that. He's not usually fighting. He's not really aggressive. He does tend to like his space for meal times, but he really is pretty chill compared to Parker but he is older. Compared to Parker and Pepper, he's never been very rowdy. He's never been one to kind of court the girls the way Pepper and Parker do. He's just always been really laid back and chill. He has Zelda's personality, like whatever is fine. He's very big for a Nigerian to me, but he is a wether, so he's, you know, just a little bit different. But he's a big boy. Sorry, I have this one that's like just chewing me constantly. You just need some attention? This is all you want? You got some crusty eyeballs. Can we do this so that you don't chew my new sweatshirt? So he is a Bean baby as well, so he's a Zelda Bean cross. I pretty much have always only bred her with Bean, except for last year. That was the first time she ever bred with Luke, but he's a Bean baby. Yeah, there's not a lot to say about the Wethers. They don't have babies. He was born here on the farm. He was super cute. That year, Zelda had a baby, and I think either Twiz or Nani had a baby. They looked exactly the same. We had 2 babies on the farm that looked exactly the same. He's just our little Wether. Probably should have sold him forever ago when I moved him over and didn't need him anymore. I probably should have just sold him. I probably should have sold him that year. He was a younger Wether, but Wethers are something that they're just a little bit harder to sell because they are pets. And you have to basically have somebody that's looking either for brush clearing goats or pet, and he had horns. He wasn't very friendly. Now, and selling one goat to somebody who's looking for brush goats usually doesn't go well. They usually want to buy like 4 or 5 at a minimum. So he's just always stayed here. And now that he's probably 6 years old, I want to say, you know, he's just been around and he doesn't get in the way. He doesn't eat a whole lot of food. He doesn't cause a lot of problems. So he just has always stayed. He also used to go in with, I used him to help wean babies we were going to keep. So if I had to have a weaning pen, like if I needed to separate girls out and they needed a buddy, then I would put him as an older goat to teach the little goats how to goat, basically, because he wouldn't be mean to them and he would teach them. So he and Pepper and Waffles, he lived with Pepper and Waffles. It has helped raise, he's helped raise several of the babies through the weaning stage. But he's just a chunky, sweet man. But these are goats that most farms, like our farm, would not keep. They would not keep Link. They wouldn't have kept Pepper. They wouldn't have taken Parker. They would have sold them all as pets to somebody because they're 3 extra mouths to feed, which is expensive, especially when you're feeding hay a good portion of the year. We've always had really great pasture so for me, he's fine. He's here to stay. All of our animals have a reason that they're here. But he is probably the one goat that, like, there's literally no reason for him to be on our farm other than he's always been here. And when I kept him, I had much fewer goats. Like I said, I know that their situation, if I sold them, unless I found like a family that really wanted little pet goats in their backyard, because they all have horns, they would probably go as brush clearing goats. They probably live a better, more spoiled life here on the farm, and that is why they're here. They are just pets. As we are getting, everybody is aging. Pretty much everybody is a pet on this farm at this point. So what's one more? Right, Pepperoni? That's the sweetie. Just doing his thing. A good boy, Mama. A good boy. So I will keep an eye on Tink, but you can see she's not really, I worried that she sat down, but like this is literally what everyone's doing right now. It's taking a nap because it's sunny. So we'll keep an eye on her. I will worm her tonight just to make sure, even if it's just stress, she may pick up more parasites from the stress. We'll make sure she's taken care of. Hopefully if the weather will hold, we'll start putting videos out again. I am gonna try to get into doing more short form for you guys during the week. So more shorts, TikTok, Instagram, so that you have more content throughout the week, even though I'm not posting long form videos. So still like 1 long form video a week, but then some short form. I know a lot of you guys don't like the short form. It's not your thing. That's totally fine. But if you're looking to see the animals and have a little bit of content every day or multiple times a week, then look for the shorts. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. I do think Poppy is pregnant. Padme and Pixie are not. They have both cycled multiple times. So if we wanted to breed for fall, we would have to wait until April or May to do that. For like September, October, I know we are taking a trip in October, but other than that, I think we could try another round for fall babies to see how it goes. So we'll see.